Hello, Bison fans. Another edition as we prepare for OBU women's basketball and another week coming up with head coach Bo Overton. The Bison will get ready to take on Northwestern Oklahoma State inside the Noble Complex at 5:30. They will hit the road in Durant to take on Southeastern Oklahoma State at 2 p.m. before returning home on Monday night and taking on Southern Nazarene at 5:30. Coach, thank you for joining us. Good to have you with us.
Hey, it's good to be here.
We go back to last week. And a tough loss, obviously, to Southwestern Oklahoma State as well as East Central. Seems like a lot of some good things happening, some good moments with the teams. I think you're seeing some improvement among the team. It just seems to be being able to put a whole game together here in the coming weeks.
I think you're exactly right. A lot of good things last week. Had one game go down to the last minute. Then we go to Southwestern, who's a very, very good team. And I thought we fought real hard for the first half, really executed, got the ball in the basket, and I think a part of that was taking care of the ball. And then the second half and really it was the fourth quarter, just couldn't take care of the ball enough, and they got some easy baskets off of it. So that's something that I think in practice this week we got better at. And I think getting Jalen back, getting her feet under her a little bit last week will help us this week because we're real excited to play. This is the second round of our league play, and we've seen everybody once, and we're excited for this week.
Going back to that SWOSU game, we obviously know Southwestern's kind of been a gold standard in the GAC. Can you take anything from that game, especially that first half, as far as a confidence measure to be able to go in for 20 minutes and really, take their best punch and really give them everything they could handle in the first half?
Well, I think a lot of that has to do, with our older players. I think our older players, because that game was so physical. They've got really good players, big physical players, and I think for our older players to get through that, and then our younger players to see that and feel it. A lot of the young players had never felt that before, and that's why I talk about getting through this first round, where a lot of them has felt what it's like to be in this league and be at this level, and now that's why we're so excited about getting into second round.
Talked a little bit about getting Jalen back and how huge that was for you guys. Touch a little bit more on getting Jalen, your point guard, back in the lineup, getting her back in the starting lineup. You can it seems like you can tell just the way the offense is flowing and the fearlessness she has, especially going into the paint, and how that really seems to affect your entire team.
One of the big things that she does is she goes by people. And when you play offense, you have to have guards that can go by defenders, and that's kind of what she does the best. I like the way her decision making has been. She got off to such a good start in that first game, and for her to fight back, and because honestly, she probably shouldn't have been back Saturday. Probably this week was probably more realistic, but that just shows you her guts and how much she wants to win. And I thought that showed a lot to our team, and that's what makes me a little, get more excited about this second round because she's back, getting closer to getting Khalifa back hopefully, and as that happens, we get more to full strength, and just makes it more exciting for us to play.
I want to touch on a player that it seems like a lot of Bison fans have seen, and maybe their eyebrows raise a little bit with her performance so far, and that's Andrea Pecoraya. She really seems to have really improved a lot, especially in the post. She had an excellent first half against Southwestern, and really seems to have come a long way from a previous season. What have you seen in her development and how she's improved on this team?
Well, she just really works hard. And I think that's the key to all these players, is she works really hard. Everything we ask her to do, she does it. And I think her teammates have really done a good job of getting her the ball, where she can do good things with it. And, it's like what I've talked to her about for 2 or 3 months now is she just got to do a better job of taking care of the ball herself. And, once she figures that out, which we're working on every day, every week, that ball is going to continue to go to her. And not only her, it's going to go into Jen. It's going to go to all of our forwards. And once they get it, they got to make good decisions and get that ball in the basket for us.
You alluded to a second round against these teams. You're going to see a third round and a fourth round against some of these
Mhm.
teams as well. As a coach and even as a former player, or for some of these players, how difficult is it when you're scheming, when you're preparing for a team, to see somebody a second time, a third time, and have to play, some of these teams that have seen you and you've seen them plenty of times.
I don't think there's any doubt. I mean, it kind of reminds you of a pro league. It's kind of like when you watch NBA in the NBA. They play each other, 6, 7, 8 times. So there's no difference with this. You get more familiar with people, you get more familiar with players, and you got to adjust. It's like when you play one game, you adjust during the game. Well, now you're adjusting during the season, and that's what we have to continue to do, especially as the second round starts. Is we have to adjust to our opponents, and the biggest thing we got to do is just keep getting better ourselves. And I think that's what we're doing week by week. We're getting better. We're getting better at handling the ball. We're getting better at decisions. And that's got to make that turnover number, go down. And that's what we have to do.
Obviously, we have Northwestern coming up Thursday, Southeastern on the road on Saturday. Just real quick, and only because we do these on a weekly basis. I know Southern Nazarene's a little bit down the road, but you'll see them for the first time on Monday. Just on the little bit you've seen on them, what are you looking forward to as you face off with the Crimson Storm for the first time?
Well, SNU's one of those teams. They're very athletic. They got a very athletic team. They get to the basket. They've got a player that's a very good shot blocker in the middle. So, it's just another one of those games. That's what the interesting thing about this league is that, we're playing Northwestern, which plays a little different than Southeastern does on Saturday. And then you play SNU, who plays a lot different than Southeastern does. So you get different, one thing that's going to happen is we're never going to get bored with who we're playing because everything's like going to a different movie, every week. That's what we have. We have a different movie every game, and we got to be prepared for everything.
Get you out on this, obviously, as we said. Northwestern coming up Thursday, Southeastern coming up Saturday. Those were two games to open up the year and two very close losses, games that you could have won down the stretch that you were in the entire contest. What are you kind of hoping to see different going into Thursday and Saturday's contests?
Well, like you just said, finish these games down the stretch, and I think with experience that we have these last 5 games, getting Jalen back, and just kind of building some depth in our team. I think as we go down the stretch and get down the stretch in games, it's going to help us.
First year head coach Bo Overton and the OBU Bison. As we said, they will go into Thursday's game against Northwestern Oklahoma State inside the Noble Complex at 5:30 before heading to Durant at 2 p.m. to take on Southeastern Oklahoma State. Coach, appreciate your time and good luck this weekend.
All right. Thank you.